Capital Network's Riccardo Lovi is with me on the line. Riccardo, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Andrew. Good morning to you.
Riccardo, we're talking Genedrive. First off, give us a bit of an introduction about Genedrive, if you would. What's their business model? What's their main focus at the moment?
Sure. Genedrive has developed a novel and quite unique machine for the point-of-care diagnosis of infectious diseases such as tuberculosis and hepatitis C. And the device was initially launched in India in 2016 for the diagnosis of tuberculosis and the simultaneous assessment of antibiotic resistance, the so-called MTB-RIF test. The second application to reach the market will be the hepatitis C test, for which Genedrive should receive the CE mark around summer 2017. So the commercial launch is expected in the second half of the year, and Genedrive will likely become the first Hep C point-of-care diagnostic device to reach the market.
Well, Riccardo, you mentioned the market there. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But first off, what are some of the key distinctive features here of this point-of-care diagnostic platform?
Genedrive is based on standard PCR technology, which is widely used in desktop machines in labs across the world. Essentially, Genedrive's unicity comes down to its usability and price. So Genedrive is about the size of a book, it weighs a kilogram, and will cost about $4,000, whereas bigger machines cost a few tens of thousands of dollars at least and require a lab infrastructure to work. Genedrive is then ideally suitable for medium-sized clinics and labs serving rural communities in emerging markets. These kind of medical facilities running, let's say, about 5 to 15 tests per week. Also, as Genedrive delivers results in about an hour, patients can already leave the clinic with the therapy without waiting for a few days or longer, as it is often the case when tests are run through centralized labs at larger city hospitals.
Very good. So, Riccardo, what is the market potential here for this technology then?
The global market for Hep C testing is estimated at around $500 million globally, of which approximately 25% or $125 million in developing countries. However, given the current lack of point-of-care diagnostic options, the launch of Genedrive may actually expand this market over time. And it is particularly important to note that the cost of Hep C treatments has significantly come down in high-burden emerging markets, and it is now in the $300 to $900 range. As it regards to tuberculosis, that remains a major health issue in emerging countries with over 1 million deaths a year. About 80 million of microscopy tests are performed every year, but we are seeing an increased use of molecular diagnostic, as this approach can test at the same time for the presence of the disease and the resistance to specific antibiotics.
So a big market then by the sounds of it, a number of exciting opportunities as well. No doubt plenty of news flow coming up from them. What are some of the key milestones, some of the main bits of news we can expect, Riccardo?
Absolutely. So the first one will certainly be the CE mark for Genedrive's Hep C test, which is expected by mid-2017. And after that, the company shall announce distribution agreements for the commercialization of the Hep C device in high-burden emerging markets. So we expect the commercial launch of Genedrive Hep C test in the second half of 2017. And finally, given the versatility of Genedrive technology, we may also hear about its development for diagnosis of other infectious diseases such as HIV and even for non-clinical applications.
Very good. Thanks, Riccardo. Riccardo Lovi there, Capital Network analyst, talking through Genedrive.